Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Sawana Koshalu and I'm back today with a story time. So without further ado, let's not go into any long talk. Let's get right into the video.
Let me take you on a ride tonight, city lights. Love to love you, baby, all the time, all the time, all the time.
So today's story is about a past drama stroke relationship. So basically, this particular relationship was a long-term one. So I have a lot of gist and a lot of stories about this particular one. But if you guys want to, after I'm done with this one and you guys want to hear more gist about it, leave a comment down below and I will do more on it. But let's start with this particular story or this particular drama that happened along, in between. Disclaimer, most girls have gone through the phase where, they keep taking back an ex over and over and over again. Yeah, well, I had that phase, and let's just say experience is the best lesson, it's the best teacher. Let me just let you know. But yes, your girl, we thank God for growth. We thank God for growth. This particular relationship was about 2.5 years or thereabouts, on and off, on and off. So this particular one, we had, so I had issues with, when it comes to infidelity, I had issues with that, and then the list of them. So let's talk about this particular one. So this particular one wasn't really a huge issues compared to the previous ones and the ones after. This particular day or stroke night, we had just come back from what you would call a vacation or whatever. We had just come back from that, settling it back into, so this period it was back in uni, in school, and we had just gotten back on campus or back to school. When we were on our vacation, like I saw a text on his phone that period where he, now I wasn't the type, I'm personally not the type to go through phones, but trust me when I tell you this relationship drove me nuts. It's an understatement. But yeah, so I don't know how it happened, but I think because we're one of those couples that will post each other on social media at some point. So I think I was, what we call raping the Snapchat then, and I saw a message on his snap that saying, bring something back, blah blah blah. And it was a girl that we previously had issues about. So I saw that and I asked him about it. He was like, blah 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 blah. They moved on from it. I was like, nothing's going to destroy my trip, nothing's going to happen, and I'm not going to, make a fuss about it. So we got back to school, and I think a couple of days after, trust me, like just maybe like 2 or 3 days after, I was sitting in my friend's room on campus. He used to stay off campus. I was sitting in my friend's room in and we were like, group of friends. We're all sitting out, and then the girl that, let's call the girl I don't know, let's just say A. So she had a friend, and her friend was on my friend's Snapchat. And as of that period, Snapchat was the in thing. That's when Snapchat was really, everybody was always, that's before Instagram had their Instagram stories. So everybody was always checking for stories and everything on Snapchat. Her friend posted a video of them having movie nights at my man's house. And that girl, A, that we had issues about, was there. They were all cozying up, with blankets in the living room, chilling. And my friend looked at me, she's like, so Anu, is this not A and her friend at your guy's house having movie nights? This was in the night. Around, and when I tell you in the night, like maybe 12 a.m. ish. And my friend was like, is this not, I lost my mind, because why I lost my mind is that I was trying, like I hadn't gotten through to him all day. I hadn't spoken to him all day. He had this bad habits. Yes, I'll say bad habits, because it's after the whole thing ended I realized he was doing that intentionally, where he would put his phone on DND when he wants to do his shenanigans. So I was losing my mind when I saw it. I'm like, boy, I tried his phone. This time it wasn't even on DND. He wasn't just picking. His phone was just ringing and ringing and ringing. I kid you not, I tried it like probably 5 times, and it was just ringing. He didn't pick. So I'm like, you know what? And before I go into further into it, I want to tell you, the person I was in that relationship is not the person I am truly. I realized that after a while, when I said like I was mentally done with it, was when I realized I was literally going crazy. Like I was turning into that crazy girlfriend, and that's not me. So I went crazy, I went mad. I'm like, okay. I went out on the street. I called my cab guys, none of them were awake. So I went on into the street around like, so one thing about my where I schooled is it's very safe. No matter the time you go out, it's actually a very safe place. So I walked out around like, let's say 1 a.m., 1:30 ish, and I got a cab. I went straight to his house. So now one of his friends, this part is actually really funny, because as I was pulling up to his house with his friend and with a cab, one of his friends was just driving like in behind my cab. As soon as I came down, his friend obviously knew what was about to go down, because I mean, for you to be coming to his house, you should know like something is happening. Maybe like all of you are chilling or whatever the hell you guys are doing. So his friend just saw me and just pulled out, like just drove away. That was so funny. But yeah, he just drove away. And immediately he drove away. I was like, okay. I was fuming. So I went to the door, knocked on the door, and he answered the door. Probably thinking it was his friend that was coming. I don't know. He answered the door, and I'm like, what's up? What's going on? I saw this, blah, 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 blah. Yada, 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 yada. And I tried to enter the house and he stopped me.
She what?
Like he literally just blocked my way. I was so confused. I'm like, so what he thought was I wanted to go and fight. And anybody that knows me, I don't know how to fight. So I don't know how to fight. So clearly I was definitely not going to fight. I just wanted her to see me because she knew me. Well, we're not friends, we're never friends, we're far from it. But she knew what was happening. Like she knew we were together. She knew. I to a point, I actually felt like she knew what she was doing and it was intentional. And that's why I wanted her to see like me face to face. Like why? Do you get what I'm saying? But he didn't let me in. He was blocking my way. He was saying no. I should go and cause a scene. Blah blah blah. That I should go home. He'll call me back. I'm like, I should go home.
Hey! I hear me.
I'm the one that has to go home. Really? Wow. But yeah, I was so mad that I flung my phone. Because in the process of going back and forth with him, like I was so angry. I just threw my phone at him. Thing landed on the floor, shattered. Whatever the case may be, I know that's way out of character, even for me. Trust me. But like I was so mad, and I looked at the fate on my phone. All right, I just carried it, got back into my cab, and just like told the guy to just drive me to one place called Castle, back in Cyprus where I schooled, called Castle. Now it was winter, so it was foggy as hell. That particular day, it was really really foggy. Now a lot of people don't know this. Only my friends really know um, this particular thing that happened. So if he watches it, well, that's his problem. But anyway, so I told the cab guy to go to Castle, and he dropped me off at Castle. I did not know how I was going to find my way back, because it would have been difficult to get like a cab back from Castle back to town or whatever. So I was just sitting there outside in the freezing cold around like 2 a.m. ish, alone, just there crying. I was shattered, like I was crying hot, real hot tears. Every time I think of something that's happened in that past relationship, I really want to just like strangle myself, because I can't believe that I really did that. Well, not even that, those, because it was a lot. So I was in Castle, and then I called my friends. I told them what happened, and I was in Castle, blah blah blah. So obviously, my friends, the sisters that they are, they hopped in a cab straight away and came to meet me at Castle. And my friends were very invested in the relationship, because to a certain level, like they liked him, but at that point, that's where they started knowing that this guy is not the one for me. Like, so they just automatically started withdrawing from him. So they were telling me that you can't keep going through this. Like, obviously you can't keep going through what you're going through. Clearly this is that, blah blah blah. They were equally as angry. At some point, I even felt one of my friend, who is my dearest, let me not say her name, but she was more angry than I was. Like, it felt like she was even the one that was in the relationship. I was going through it. She was fuming. Like, anyways, they managed to convince me that we should go back home. Now at this point, my man, or my guy, was trying to call me, reach me, but I wasn't picking. I was seeing it. Then at some point, I think his friend, the one that drove away when he saw me coming in, was also trying to get me, but I wasn't picking. So I was back in my friend's room. At this point, I was devastated, demoralized. I was there, and they started calling. His friends started calling my friends that they're looking for me, blah blah blah. That they're driving around the whole of town, and my friends were like, they haven't seen me. They don't know where I am. They don't know where I am. I was right there, but they were like, oh, they don't know where I am. Blah blah. They were like, that it's foggy. That they're looking for me. Blah 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 blah. That what's going on? That they need to find me. And my friend was like, that she told his friend, like, that is it our fault? Is it not you and like, is it not your friend that did this and that if anything happens to her, I'm going to hold you guys like accountable. So yeah, my friends had my back all through. And then he kept on calling, sent me texts that please, blah blah blah, that I should just answer this is that. But I can't remember the full details, but at the end of the day, I stupidly took my phone and replied him. Yes. I replied him. And he was like, okay, I should come back to his house, let's talk, and whatever. Guess what your girl did? I got into another cab and I went to his house.
Funke!
Can you imagine that? Judge me not. How do they say? Judge me not, lest shall I judge you. Shall they judge you, or something along the line, but don't judge me. So I remember I went to his house, and the girls were still there in the living room, still having their movie nights with his friends. And I just peeped into the room, let them see me and whatnot. At this point, he had drank, so he was obviously tired or whatever. I was so angry. Do you know this guy? Even the process of us talking, he slept off. Mhm. He slept off. My guy slept off, dozed off. I was livid, and this was already like, let's say, 4 a.m. or so. And while he slept off, I heard his friend get into a car, and he took the girls back. Obviously, I personally feel like they left because I got there or something. Like obviously the air was different. And so a message came in, rather a Snapchat message came in, and I saw that it was that particular girl. So I decided to open it. I opened it and I saw she saying stuff like she sent a message like you were naughty tonight or something along the line. And I replied, I was like, he's sleeping. And that was it. I was so angry. I think I didn't sleep. I didn't stay over. I just got a like I waited till it was daybreak, got a taxi and went back to my side and just, cried myself to sleep because I was livid. I was so angry. And yes, you guessed it right. I still went back to him after that. Yup. And there was still more with other girls after that. And I still went back to him. Yup. Clown shit. But yeah, that's just like, let's say, episode one, season one of the amount of things that happened in that relationship. So let me know if you guys want to hear more in the comment down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Put on your post notification. Oh, and before I forget, I'm starting an animation series pretty soon. I should be posting that at the end of this week, or let's say Wednesday, Thursday, at the end of this week. I should be posting that. So stay tuned to that. Also, turn on your post notifications for that because it's hot. It's really nice. Something that everybody can relate to. But I'm making it animation, as you get to, because your girl, is an animator. So don't forget to subscribe, like I said, share and tell your friends and families to subscribe as well. Thank you guys for staying. Thank you guys for listening to my story. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I might not see you guys, but my animation will see you guys. Bye.